don't make videos to be agreeable. I don't make videos to let everybody stay in their comfort zone. I make videos to help people. I make videos based on what I feel I would have needed, what I feel like a lot of people need, and what has worked for me and what has helped me. So today's video is about sacrificing what you are for what you can become. There is a fine line between being happy and being comfortable. People will disguise or say that they are happy, but they're actually staying in a comfort zone that is keeping them stuck in a cycle. I like to call this the comfort zone trap. The comfort zone trap is when you are mislabeling a happy cycle when it's actually a comfort cycle. You're staying in these comfort zones because it makes you happy in the moment, in the short term, but it's not going to make you happy in the long term. You're just getting comfortable with your decisions, your unhealthy habits, or things that are keeping you stuck and in the old cycles. In my own experience, back in high school and back in elementary school, I would listen to sad music. I would listen to things that were just bringing me into a low mood. And it's almost like reconfirming this belief that I have, is that like my life is sad and this is sad and like this is all like, it doesn't give you hope. And of course, when you listen to a certain like music, sad music or angry music or just music of lower vibrations, it confirms something within you to make you feel comfortable and to make you feel like, oh, okay, this is a good feeling. But don't mislabel that as something that's good, because it's keeping you comfortable and it's keeping you in the past. Sacrifice what you are for what you can become, for what you want to become, what you have the potential of becoming. Is it hard to sacrifice these things? Of course. To stop listening to my music that I loved so much and stop listening to certain artists, it's like, it feels like you're taking a part of yourself out because you're so used to just like listening to this, being surrounded by this, watching shows that are like confirming these same biases or confirming these same beliefs, or even consuming content that's these same beliefs. Like a lot of people consume just like sad content on TikTok, and just like, if you're stuck in this cycle, and this is my own experience, like I know there's people that have the exact same experience as me, like staying in this sad cycle and just like consuming sad content. But there's also people that are consuming a certain different type of content that's keeping them in their old cycles. Like it doesn't have to only be this example, but this is just what my personal example has been. Is it hard in the moment? Like I just said, it's literally so hard, but you have to be willing to sacrifice it. You have to be willing to let it go to get something else. You cannot make room for the new if you keep holding on to the old. It goes back to that like old classic story of like, if you want to get a new car and you hold on to your old one, it's sitting in the garage, you have no space for the new car. So how are you going to get the new car? You have to clear out the old, get rid of the old to make space for the new. It's simple as that. Like if you keep holding on to the old, you're never going to mentally, spiritually, physically be ready to receive the new. When you clear out a bunch of stuff, when you get rid of a bunch of music, stop listening to it, you start thinking like, well, what else can I listen to? What else can I watch? What else can I consume? And then you start seeing new things. And then this is like kind of like a pathway where the pathway forks and splits, and you can kind of choose, well, now what's the new path I can do? It's like when you break up with somebody or when you stop being friends with a certain group of people, like now you're exposed to all these new different options, and you get to choose like, well, what do I want now? What is for me now? So you have to be willing to sacrifice the old to receive the new, to become the person you want to be and that you are meant to be. You have to be willing to sacrifice the you that is current. It's so easy to hang on to these factors because they're like security blankets, and they keep us comfortable and they keep us feeling like safe. But there's no growth if you just keep staying comfortable and you keep staying safe. And from my own experience, when I let go of so many things, it makes you feel so lost. It makes you feel like you don't even know yourself because you're losing so many other things that were all like part of your identity, but they're not part of your identity. You are not external things. And it's hard to like grasp that concept because you'll like tie your persona into personal and like material things. But you are not that. You are a changing thing. And that is something that's, you have to like sit with. Like you have to really think and sit with this thought, because hearing that you're a changing thing, a changing being, just a changing thing, that is such like a hard concept to grasp, and it takes so long to be comfortable with that and to digest that, because nobody like craves change. We all crave change in small ways, but like what keeps us happy and comfortable, like people like the same. People like to be in a pattern or a routine. Like people want to see things that are just like them, or just confirming their own thoughts and beliefs. Like they don't like to just see things that are so different, because it's just so like jarring at first. But there is so much growth and there's so much potential beyond that point. There's so much that you don't even know what's coming. You don't even know what's beyond that wall, because you can't get past it. But once you get past it, all these opportunities open up. And this does not come naturally. That's why this is a process. This is an effort that you have to put in, because the human brain craves comfort. Like the human brain craves that the same. And it's not a bad thing. Like the brain is trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you alive, and like it's in survival mode. So don't look at it as a bad thing. You just now have to realize what's going on and then overcome it. Like you have free will. You can overcome it. Your body has a safety net, but the real growth happens outside of that safety net. And when you're about to release the old, it feels like a loss. It feels like you're losing something, but you're never losing something. You're trading something. You're giving up the old and you're receiving new. There's never really a loss in life. You're always getting something. Even if you lose huge amounts of things that you perceive as a loss, this universe, God has a plan for you. You cannot comprehend the plan God has for you. Whatever you see as a loss is a trade. There's equal exchange. You are going to get whatever you lost back in different ways, in different forms. I want to address sacrifices. The word sacrifice and the action of sacrificing has been an ancient term for like who knows how many years, could be millions, billions. The idea and the action of sacrificing is as powerful as it was in ancient times. To say that you are giving up something, to sacrifice something, is a big thing. You have to also honor what you are sacrificing and what you are giving up. Don't disregard things, and don't be passive and throw things away and without being grateful for the use and the purpose that it served you. Everything has a purpose and everything serves you in some way, shape, or form. So all of the toxic music I used to listen to, did it serve me at the time? Yes. It made me feel less alone. It made me feel that other people are going through what I'm going through, and there's a whole community of people that are like in this feeling of depression. But will that serve me ongoing forever? No. You have to understand that things have like a deadline. Things have a date of expiration. Like what worked for you at one point is not going to work for you forever. And we all have seasons, and we all have phases, and we all have points of change, periods of change and shifts. And you have to be grateful and honor what worked for you before. Like this served me before. Like even when you're getting rid of clothes, if you guys have watched Marie Kondo on Netflix, like, you know, that organizing lady, she's really sweet, and she always talks about when you give things away, like just be grateful for what it did for you, and like the joy that it did bring you. Never give things away or give things back and like sacrifice things without honoring it first. Like just be grateful for what it did for you in the past. Even with relationships and friends and like just in really romantic relationships, like be grateful and honor the person, the people that you've lost. Like these people are not all bad. Someone might have been toxic for your life, but there's a reason why you were there. There's something that that person was doing for you, not doing for you, but like there was still good within that person, and there was still good that you were receiving. So be grateful for the experience, be grateful for the lessons that you learned, and then you're able to move on in a more healthy way. Like don't just be resentful. We want to avoid the resentment and the anger with giving things away. Like don't give it away in anger. Don't sacrifice these factors in anger. You're sacrificing in them in a way where you're like, okay, I'm grateful for what you've done, but this is not for me anymore, and you're moving on in a different direction. Another thing that we want to sacrifice is the time wasted. This morning, I woke up at a certain time, spent an hour and a half on my phone, which could have been avoided if I didn't have my phone right beside me. Am I perfect? No. This is all a process. We all like can sit on our bed for 1.5 hours scrolling, and then you realize if you sacrifice that 1.5 hours of scrolling and comfort time, you could have done something else that's more productive. And I've even mentioned this in a past video, like sometimes social media can serve you and bring you closer to your goals because you're inspiring yourself. You're just consuming content. Consuming content is not always a waste of time. If you're consuming mindless content, sometimes it can be recharging, and sometimes like the mindless content is just kind of, usually it's a waste of time, but there's a lot of content out there that's not a waste of time. We all learn and grow from learning new things and seeing new things and observing and taking in information. I'm not saying all hours on social media is a waste of time and is something that to be sacrificed, but sacrifice the things that you know you need to sacrifice. I cannot sit here and tell you, oh, do this, sacrifice that, sacrifice. No. You know yourself best. You know what you need. You know deep down what it is that you need to sacrifice. What is it that, yeah, I know this is holding me back. I know this is not what I need. The only person that can really help you and really change the game is you, because you know what you need. You know what helps you, but it really takes a little bit to turn off the noise from others and turn off whatever your parents are saying, whatever your friends are saying, whoever is saying, like to turn off that noise and to just hear, what do I think is a waste of time? What do I think is something for my betterment? So only you can really decide, like, who am I to tell you what to sacrifice and what not to sacrifice? It's just, I want to show you and to convey the message to you that don't be scared to sacrifice things. There is something on the other side that is far greater than what you have now. The fear that you're going to feel with giving things up is temporary, but that regret of not doing it sooner is forever. You don't want to be sitting here in who knows how many years and regret what you didn't do. Regret because you had fear. Fear is an emotion that will stop a lot in your life and will hold you back a lot in life. There's a picture where it's like, I want to do something. And then the options are, okay, do it. Oh, the other option is, I'm scared. And then right below, it's like, okay, do it scared. It's the same end goal, it's the same process. You're just going to do it scared. It's better than not doing it. You have to be willing to be disliked. You have to be willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing and ready to mess up and have failures and be laughed at and be rejected, and like that willingness and that eagerness to do all these things and make mistakes is what's going to push you further and what's going to get you over that point. And that is what's going to bring you success. That's what's going to bring you the most growth. That is what's going to bring you to the next level and bring you closer to your potential. We have so much potential as human beings, and I want to make a nice video that displays potential and how much potential we have, because people are really close-minded when they think about what potential they have. They just think little of themselves. To think little of yourself is such a disservice to yourself, because your potential is so limitless. You have to grasp the concept of human beings and grasp how much potential we have. To limit yourself to a small, incapable, and unchangeable being is so degrading. It is so degrading because we are so capable and full of potential. We are so capable and able of growth and change. How do we start the process of sacrificing? Be clear on what you need to sacrifice. Like I said, I am in no place to tell you what you need to sacrifice. You know what you need to sacrifice. You owe it to yourself to be honest. And I always say this in all my videos, be honest and clear. Recognize what it is that needs to change. Recognize what it is that you need to sacrifice. You know it. It's been lingering in your mind. And now begin by making small changes. Always be better than you were the previous day. This is hard to do. It's a lot, okay? It's not easy. But every single day you want to make some type of progress, some type of change. And maybe one day you take 2 steps back, or 1 step back, 3 steps back. but then you just begin the next day. Okay? And maybe for an entire week, you are just moving backwards. Like you made all this progress, and now for an entire week, everything is like almost like trash. Like you're just like, okay, I'm back in my old ways. You lose all this hope. You can just restart again because now you have all this experience with changing. Okay, well, I did this before. It failed, but you just keep going. There's no really giving up. We always just keep going. Imagine we just gave up when we were walking. You just keep going. Like you fall and then you just keep going. It's you that has these doubts, that thinks like, oh, I can't do it. There is no I can't do it. There is just I didn't do it right today, but tomorrow I will do it better. There's going to be I can do it, but it might not come out perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You have to embrace the messing up. You have to embrace the rejection. You have to embrace the failure. You have to embrace the mistakes. Be courageous and go in that direction anyways. Surround yourself with people and media that is also going to be enhancing your growth. Show growth in different ways. Like do something consistently. Show yourself that you can do it. Have growth in different ways. Surround yourself with growth. Surround yourself with people that are doing it. Surround yourself with people that have this mindset. People that don't think that they can do things, people that don't think that humans have that much potential are going to hold you back because, oh, all my friends think that I can't do it, or all my friends think they can't do it. If everyone in your circle is telling themselves that they can't do it, you're probably going to now develop this belief. It's going to be harder for you to overcome this belief. It's going to be harder for you to implement the things I'm saying because everybody else around you is saying, well, I can't do it. I want to do this, but I can't do it. Or they're not pursuing anything, or they not have this like goal of betterment in their mind. I'm leaving you guys with that message. It is worth it. Sacrifice who you are for what you can become. Be willing to do it. See the chain reaction that happens. We have a few more months until 2025. See what you can let go before 2025. Leave things in the past and go into this new year with empty placeholders, almost like empty shelves in your life, because you've cleared things out. And now you're going to see, what does 2025 have for me? I'm not actually saying clear your shelves. You can definitely clear your shelves too, but clear your mental and spiritual and physical and emotional shelves. Things in your life, clear them out and make room for new. And I don't usually tell you guys to subscribe, but I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. So push subscribe if you want to see more self-growth content. And I will catch you guys in my next video. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, I am a transformational health coach. You can have 6 sessions, 12 sessions, and I do offer 1 session if you are kind of worried, scared to commit, you don't feel comfortable yet. And I want to begin offering group coaching so then we can have like everybody kind of in a group and then we can all be there. Everyone can have like a support system for their goals. Everyone is going to help with each other's accountability. So if you guys are interested, just reach me on my platforms or in the description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.